Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we are going to be smelling 19 fragrance oils from Black Tie Barn. And I am super thrilled because Wade with Black Tie Barn, he was one of the people who I watched a lot of YouTube back when I was very first starting my candle business and everything. He was one of the people that I watched the most, him and Erica and Jeff Stanley with Stanley Handcrafted. Those are the top three people I watched the most of back when I was starting my candle business and everything. And so, yeah, I'm just really thrilled now to be able to get to smell Wade's new fragrances and stuff now that he has started doing some candle supplies and stuff, becoming candle supplier and all of that. So yeah, it's really exciting, really happy for him and everything. And so he did not send me these fragrance oils or anything. I bought these myself back around their Black Friday sale, I think, or some kind of end of year sale, something like that, towards the end of last year. I haven't smelled any of them yet. I have been waiting yeah, without much patience. But I really wanted to make this video with you guys and kind of do a little review or whatever, just out of the bottle and everything, just the first time that I smelled them. So I thought I would wait and smell them with you guys and stuff because it's always more fun that way. But since we have so many, I am not going to waste time and we're just going to get started. But the first one we are going to be looking at is Spring Cleaning. I imagine it'll smell like the name, spring and cleany. Ooh, this smells, it smells like this really like spring cleaning, like really hit the nail on the head with the name. It smells, I don't want to say like a laundry detergent, but sort of, I mean, kind of, it's in that realm. It is in that realm of kind of smells like a laundry detergent, but in a good way. Like it smells like after you've washed the clothes, they're really, or washed your sheets and stuff like that. And it's just nice and fresh, you know, that cozy feeling after you lay down in clean sheets or whatever. Oh, it's nothing feels like that or whatever, but this fragrance, that's exactly what it reminds me of. It smells literally exactly like spring cleaning. I would say this one smells like it's gonna have a nice strong hot throw. I mean, I don't know for sure, obviously, because I haven't tested it out yet, but it smells fairly strong, like it would have a decent hot throw and everything. It smells, yeah, just exactly like the name, very kind of spring clean-ish. It does kind of smell like a laundry detergent, but in the best way. Yeah, this one is good. I'm definitely gonna have to test this one out on a candle. And I'm just grabbing at random here, but this is Winter Woodlands. So like I said, lots of different seasonal ones here for different seasons. Ooh. This one, it smells different than I expected. I was expecting more pine. Although there might be some pine in there, it almost smells a little peppery. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm getting some pepper in there somewhere. I don't know, but that's what I'm smelling is pepper. With maybe just a little bit of pine or some kind of woody tree scent in the background, but the main scent I feel like I'm getting is pepper, which doesn't smell bad. It just kind of throws me off with the name a little bit. I'm sure I haven't, I did read the descriptions back when I bought them, and I'm sure it probably describes that. I just haven't looked at it, today or anything. But yeah, it does smell nice. It's definitely, I would definitely personally change the name if I was going to be using this in my own line. I don't know what I would call it, but Winter Woodlands, it doesn't really give me that kind of vibe. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a peppery scent. But it does smell nice. It smells very unique. This is not something I've really smelled from other candle suppliers. So yeah, it smells very unique. And it's not bad. I don't hate it for sure. Next up is the Bandit, which I imagine will be a nice cologne-y, kind of more masculine type scent. Oh yeah. But again, different than I expected. This one smells nice, but I have no idea what I'm smelling, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I really don't. I smell a little bit of like smokiness maybe. A little smokiness, a little... Yeah, this would be a really nice cologne type scent. Which you guys know I'm kind of picky with those scents, but this is a very different one than I've ever smelled before. It doesn't smell like your typical like Axe body spray. I feel like 90% of the cologne type scents, they just smell like a different version of an Axe body spray, and I hate most of them. This one doesn't smell bad. I don't really know what I'm smelling. It slightly reminds me of my grandpa. The way that my grandpa would smell. So like there might be some like pipe tobacco type scent in there. I don't really know for sure if that's what it is. But there's something that reminds me of the way my grandpa used to smell. Okay, the more I'm smelling it, the more I'm like picking up on other scent notes. It smells a little bit like leather mixed with oak moss and amber from Candle Science. I get just like a little hint of something from that scent. I don't know what exactly of that scent I'm smelling, but I'm smelling something that I smell in that scent as well. Definitely like a nice muskiness in there as well. Yeah, I can't put quite my finger on like all the scent notes or anything, but like I definitely smell at least a tiny hint of some of those things. This one is really nice. Very, very unexpected, very different than I've ever like smelled from most fragrance suppliers and stuff like that. It smells really like high quality. It smells, yeah, it smells kind of fancy if I'm being real. Yeah, it smells really nice. I would definitely add this to my candle line for sure. Next up is the Crackling Birch, which I think I've smelled this from other places. I don't know if his will smell the same or not. Yeah, I have. This one kind of smells similar to the one I just smelled, the Bandit. It's not exactly the same for sure, but it smells like it has some similar scent notes, I feel like. This one's also really nice. I would say, I don't know if I would necessarily call this one a cologne type scent though. It's more, I mean, it definitely could be. It's definitely like more of a musky type scent. Definitely get like the woody birch notes in there and everything, or some kind of wood. I don't know if it's actually necessarily like birch wood, but some kind of wood type notes in there. Yeah, definitely very woody. I smell definitely some kind of like pine, Christmas tree-ish type scent. It doesn't smell like necessarily like it definitely could be a Christmas scent, but it could be a year-round scent as well. Yeah, it smells like you've been outside in the winter all day and you come home to a nice crackling fire in the fireplace. I don't know how else to explain it. That's like exactly what the vibe of this scent is. Yeah, it smells really nice. I really like this one for sure. If you're a big fan of like woody, earthy type scents that are also maybe a little like cologne masculine kind of leaning or whatever, if you like those type of scents, you would probably like this one. It smells really nice. This was one I was really excited to smell, the orange Skittle. I've never heard of a fragrance oil that was like a very specific like Skittle or candy or, you know, whatever, like, yeah, like so specific as that. So I'm excited to see if this really smells like that or not. Wow. Yeah, Like, it smells exactly like an orange Skittle. That's crazy. It really does. Because I love orange and red Skittles specifically are like my two favorite ones. This one definitely smells like an orange Skittle, like exactly like it. Yeah, and I feel like, especially like burning in a candle, this would like, yeah, even be even more spot on. Out of the bottle, it's pretty spot on. Like, it's pretty close. It's maybe, if you smell it from here, the notes get a little too strong and like they overpower each other. From like the cap, it's not like, it smells more spot on. So I bet in a candle it would smell like, yeah, 100% exactly like it. Because yeah, this smells like almost exactly like an orange Skittle. So if you've ever wanted a fragrance oil that smells specifically like an orange Skittle, this is the one. This one is nice, definitely unique again. These are all really unique scents. I have not heard, well, I've never heard or smelled some of these type of scents from other places before. Like this, for sure, I've never smelled like such a specific scent or whatever before. Besides this one, like this one, yeah, it's like nearly spot on to what an orange Skittle like would actually smell like. Next up, we have the Inner Peace, which sounds like it's going to be like a nice spa type scent. So I guess we'll find out. Yep. Yeah, this absolutely smells like a really nice spa. I don't even know what I'm smelling. It is a lighter scent. This one probably, I mean, I don't know for sure. I feel like I can usually tell which scents are going to have a decent hot throw or not, just by smelling them out of the bottle, but it's not always spot on. This one I feel like will be a little more subtle, but most of the time that's what you want from like a spa type fragrance or, you know, something like that. Most of the time you don't want it to be super strong and overpowering. You usually want it to be a little bit on the lighter side just because it's more calming, more soothing, you know, all that type stuff. This one smells really nice. Definitely getting like a little bit of eucalyptus. It's not really a minty eucalyptus, or at least not from what I can tell. I don't get like much mint from this. I just say that because most of the time I feel like eucalyptus is almost always paired with mint. This doesn't really, it doesn't smell super minty. I do definitely smell a little bit of the eucalyptus mixed with like a little bit of like woodiness. Sorry, I'm not very good at like deciphering like the different types of wood smells and stuff, so I'm not always the greatest at knowing which one it is. I just know it's like a wood type scent, if that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely smell like some eucalyptus mixed with some type of wood. It smells really good. This is a nice, definitely, like I said, a nice spa scent. Very nice if you have a spa collection or anything like that, or even like a fancy hotel type collection or anything like that. This would definitely be one of those that would be, I feel like would go really well in that type of collection. Smells really nice. This one is called The First Rain. Kind of expecting like a petrichor type scent. Oh, no, actually it's not. I don't know if there's any petrichor in this. Or if there is, it's like very light. This is more of a nice floral scent. It's not super like overpoweringly floral though by any means. It's like, it really does kind of smell like the first like spring rain. There might be a little petrichor in this, but it's maybe just because I said the words and my brain just thought, oh, we have to smell that now. But yeah, this definitely, it smells like kind of like the first spring rain, like there's already flowers on the ground growing and stuff, and the rain has like kind of brought that smell of the flowers out a little bit more. Something like that. It's definitely a little more floral than I was expecting. But it does smell really nice. Yeah, it literally smells like a nice fresh spring rain. This one again kind of smells like it would be on the lighter side. Again, don't know for sure until I test it out, but it does like kind of seem like a more subtle scent. Not that it won't have a good hot throw, but just like it's a little more subtle. It's not super like bam in your face. It's a nice like subtle floral scent. I feel like this is the type of floral I need to try with my customers because they really don't seem to care that much about floral scents. Almost every time I have one, it usually becomes my worst seller. And so, yeah, maybe I need to try a lighter floral that's not so like bam in your face. Because yeah, this one is really nice. It does literally smell like you've opened the windows to your house after like the first spring rain. That's like the best way that I can describe it. Next up is the Aspen Chill. I feel like this is gonna smell kind of mountain airish, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that's almost exactly like what it smells like. This, like, I honestly, like, this is more the scent of what I would have thought Winter Woodlands would have smelled like. This smells like a little bit, like, definitely like a pine tree. I get some, like, I feel like there's some, like, snow in there. You're, like, walking through a nice winter wonderland, surrounded by pine trees, and yeah. It definitely has, like, that cool, cool factor from like, I don't know if it's eucalyptus or what, but it smells like a cool type scent, if that makes sense. It's literally called the Aspen Chill, so that makes sense. But yeah, this one is really nice. I feel like this one would be really good around Christmas. You could definitely do this one year round, especially if you're really into earthy scents and stuff like that. But I feel like this one would be really good specifically around Christmas. It's a little different than your traditional pine, but still has that nice Christmas cheer vibe to it. Yeah, so this one's definitely a good one. Next up, we have the Himalayan Orchid, which kind of wondering if this will smell like sea salt and orchid or not. This one, yeah, almost exactly like sea salt and orchid. There's maybe like a few different notes. I feel like sea salt and orchid is one that you get at you can get at almost any supplier. Like most suppliers have that scent. It is one of my favorite floral scents for sure, but unfortunately it didn't sell super well for me. I'm thinking about bringing it back with a different name because I did change the name from Sea Salt and Orchid. I called it like Orchid Oasis or something like that. And it did all right, but it definitely wasn't like a huge seller. So I think that I need to change the name, maybe bring it back, change the name, and hopefully that will help boost the sales or whatever, because I do love that fragrance and it's such a good scent. And the people who did get it loved it, but it was just not a lot of people wanted to buy it right away, if that makes sense. But yeah, this one definitely smells very similar to Sea Salt and Orchid, I feel like. There's maybe some other notes in there. I can't quite put my finger on what they are, but it does smell just like slightly different, like he did his own version of that type of scent. So it's a little different than the ones I've smelled before. But it smells really nice. It's another great, like this would be a great spa type scent or a fancy hotel type scent. Yeah, it's definitely like a lighter floral with like a little bit of sea salt in there. It smells really nice. It's definitely a nice, really great for like spring and summer. But really you could get away with using this year round if you wanted. But yeah, Himalayan Orchid, really good scent. Definitely recommend that one if you're if you're a fan of florals and kind of mixed with a little sea saltiness. Definitely a little bit more subtle. I've heard that this one is stronger than most Sea Salt and Orchids though, so who knows? Next up, we have one of my type of scents, the sugar cookie. I'm excited about this one because we all know that I love the foodie type scents, and I think this one will be good. Yep. It smells exactly like a sugar cookie, I feel like. Yeah, this smells almost exactly like you've walked into a crumble cookie store if you've ever been in one of those. It smells almost exactly like that. Yeah, just a nice sugar cookie, very vanilla heavy. Well, I don't know if I would say this one doesn't smell like super vanilla heavy. It definitely has like that sugar element to it. But definitely a good like vanilla type scent if you're looking for that. This one I feel like focuses more on the actual sugar cookie than some other ones I've smelled. I feel like they focus more on like the frosting of the sugar cookie. This one isn't so like sickly sweet that it like, you know, overpowers the actual cookie scent. I feel like I like actually smell like actual cookies like from the oven or something. I will definitely be testing this one out because we all know that I love the food scents. So definitely have to try this one out. It does smell really amazing out of the bottle and everything. Yeah, so I'm excited to try it. Next up is the Fantasy, in parentheses, Juliet's Weapon, which sounds very mysterious and fancy. I have no idea what this is gonna smell like. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by the name for sure. This one, it's very light. It's maybe a kind of perfumey, I think. I don't really know what I'm smelling, to be honest. It is definitely on the lighter side, out of the bottle. I get like a little bit of floral. It's kind of like a fresh perfume floral type scent. It definitely gives me like, yeah, it's definitely like a fresh scent. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up on some kind of floral. I can't tell exactly what it is, but if I had to guess, I would say maybe some like lily of the valley. That could be wrong though, but I think that's what I'm smelling. It does have like a slight, very slight, I wouldn't say masculine, but like a slight muskiness. Like they put some just a little bit of musk in there. Tiny bit. But I would say that this smells more perfumey, definitely like a light, again, another light floral scent. It's not super in your face with the florals. This one definitely would be good for like body mists or perfume, stuff like that. I feel like this one would do really well in. Definitely like a nice spring scent for sure. I mean, you could, again, use it year round if you wanted, but this one's definitely, to me, it reads like a nice spring scent. It does smell really nice. I'd be interested to see how strong it is though, just because like I said, it is fairly light, I feel like, from the bottle. But again, you know, that could totally change in a candle. It could be crazy strong. Next up, another fancy named one, the Dark Dahlia. This one, I feel like I'm smelling a little bit of rose. Again, mixed with like a little bit of musk in there, maybe a bit more than the other scent I just smelled. This one I feel like could go really, this would be like a good unisex scent. I wouldn't say it's super perfumey. I also wouldn't say it's super cologne-y either. But it's got that type of vibe that like you could definitely wear this scent, if that makes sense. It smells really nice. It feels very fancy. I feel like I'm at a fancy party that I'm not, that I'm probably not dressy enough for. Like, not that the scent smells like that, but like it feels like I'm at a fancy party. And yeah, it smells like a really nice, either you could definitely do cologne or perfume with this. Definitely a nice unisex type scent. For those that have like more luxury lines, this would definitely be a really good scent for that. It's definitely like a more luxury vibe. I don't know if it was, but this feels on the lines of like something that 1617 would have had back when they were open, RIP. But yeah, this smells like something along the lines of what they had, which I think he did dupe some of their scents, so I don't know if this is one of them, but this smells like on that type of line of like, it would, very fancy kind of, more luxury type scent. Definitely really interesting notes in this one. I really like this one. Next up is the Mob. This one smells cleaner than I expected it to. It's not bad. It's just not, I don't know. I think I expected, once again, more smokiness or something like that. But this one is like a cleaner scent. Yeah, I don't know. This one's interesting. It's not bad. It's just not what I like. I would definitely change the name of this. It kind of gives me more floral vibes, which is not something that I would expect from a scent called the Mob. Okay. I gave it a rest for a minute. All right. I think I'm picking up on some like moss, like once again from oak moss and amber. Actually, this smells like, the more that I smell it, it smells really similar to oak moss and amber from Candle Science. It's got like a little bit of like sea saltiness to it a little bit, I feel like, or some kind of saltiness. Yeah, I feel like I'm smelling, it smells very similar to oak moss and amber from Candle Science. If you've ever smelled that scent, I'm picking up more on that now. Rather, it doesn't really smell floral. I don't know what I was smelling at first, but I had to kind of clear my palate and stuff for a few minutes or whatever. But now I'm definitely smelling more like, yeah, oak moss, some kind of like scent similar to that. Definitely got a little bit of like muskiness to it. Yeah, this would be a good earthy scent for sure. It's a little like again, like I said, more salty. But yeah, oak moss and amber from Candle Science does sell extremely well for me during like the summer and stuff. I already have people asking me about it again this year. So this one smells like almost like spot on, nearly really, really close to that scent. So I would say that if you are a fan of that scent, you will love this one because it's very similar. Next up is Gretel's Kiss. He has some really interesting names for a lot of these scents, which is great. I think it's really cool. Ooh. I don't know what I expected of this, but it wasn't this. But I could see, I get it. It makes sense. It smells a little pepperminty. It smells like Christmas candy. Like a little bit of peppermint, a little bit of chocolate maybe, or some kind of, yeah, I feel like I'm smelling like a little bit of peppermint, a little bit of chocolate, some other kind of like Christmas candy-ish type thing in there. I mean, this could be good year round. It doesn't have to be Christmas, but I feel like this would do really well around Christmas specifically. It kind of smells a little bit like an Andes mint, but not, like there's more to it than just that, if that makes sense. It smells really good. I like this one a lot. This may be one of my favorites. My wife would absolutely hate it because she can't stand like the smell of any kind of mint really. But I love mint, so this is right up my alley. Yeah, it definitely smells like a nice, like sweet, almost like a candy, like Andes mint, mixed with some other sweet smells in there as well. Maybe like a little hint of gingerbread, I feel like. I feel like I'm smelling just like a little bit of gingerbread or cinnamon or something like that. Yeah, it smells really nice, which does make sense now that I think about it, like Hansel and Gretel, duh. But yeah, it smells really nice. This is another one that's like on my type of vibe and stuff. I definitely like this sweet bakery type scents, and this is definitely one of those. Next up is the Harvest Market, which if this is the one I'm thinking of, I think this is Jeff Stanley's favorite scent. I feel like he's told me about one that he loves called like Spice Market or Harvest Market or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is the one that he's talked about. I don't know for sure though. I'll have to ask him. But yeah, I feel like this is one that he talked about. This does smell really nice. I definitely get like a more like a spicy cinnamon, not necessarily like the sweet bakery cinnamon scent that you get. This smells more like a spicy cinnamon, if that makes sense. I'm definitely smelling some cinnamon, clove. It smells very similar to Christmas Cabin from Midwest Fragrance Company, if you've ever smelled that scent, because I use that scent in my line. But yeah, this one smells really nice too. It smells, I mean, it's slightly different than theirs, I think. It's definitely a little heavier on the, like the spicy cinnamon, with maybe like a little bit of, I don't know, maybe like tonka or something along those lines. It smells really nice either way. This is definitely gives me like cold weather vibes. Like definitely could be great for fall and stuff like that. There may be a little pumpkin in this, I'm not sure. There's like a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's definitely, I would say, more on like the spicy cinnamon side. But yeah, it does smell really nice. This is another one that I really like. If you're not a huge fan of like sweet cinnamon, you might like just like this one because like I said, it's more of like a spicy cinnamon. So you might like this one a little bit better than your usual typical cinnamon. It almost smells similar. It's not exactly the same, but like it smells kind of like a Red Hot from, if you've ever had those candies or whatever. Or like the big red gum, like those type of scents or whatever. It kind of smells similar to that. Definitely not spot on. It's got some other things in it, but that's kind of the smell that I'm thinking of or whatever right now. Next up is the Butterscotch Brew, which I am thrilled with because I love butterscotch. This smells so good. This like definitely, to me, gives me fall vibes. Like butterscotch, just to me, even though you definitely could have it any time of year, it gives me fall vibes. This smells like it has a little bit of coffee in it as well. I'm not sure if that's actually, I'm almost certain that it does. The more that I smell it, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm picking up more on the coffee notes and stuff, which would make sense, you know, butterscotch brew. But yeah, it definitely smells a little, it smells really good. That's all I can say. I think this might be my favorite scent now. I know I've said that a few times or alluded to that they might be my top scent, but I think this one so far is the winner. Unless I smell something even better, this one's winning so far. Yeah, it definitely has a little bit of coffee, a decent amount of butterscotch, maybe just like a little bit of vanilla in there as well. Yeah, it smells so good. I take it back, you definitely would not have to have this like just for fall. You could have this year round for sure. The coffee portion of it just makes it like you could have this year round for sure. It would be good in the fall as well, but it's, yeah, you could have this any time of year and I feel like it would sell well. At least for me. All the sweet type scents always sell well for me pretty much year round. So, yeah, this one smells amazing. This, I've actually thought about having like a whole cafe collection because right now my coffee scent is like my #1 bestseller. And so I've thought about kind of like expanding on that and making like a whole like cafe or coffee shop type collection. And this one would be so perfect to add to that, just because it smells so good. Definitely like not heavy on the coffee. If you don't like black coffee, this is like a nice like latte, like a butterscotch latte type scent. Like there's definitely some coffee to it, but not too much, if that makes sense. Okay, I've got to stop smelling this one because we'll be here forever. All right, next up is pistachio baklava. I have no idea. I've never smelled baklava. I've never had it. Never. I think I maybe possibly smelled the Candle Science scent from a few years ago, but I don't even know if I smelled that, to be honest. I've never had of it. I've heard of it, but never had it myself. So yeah. This one is nice. I definitely smell the pistachio. You guys gave me a lot of crap for, well, okay, like a few of you did, for not like having had pistachio like several videos ago. I talked about I had never had anything with pistachio in it. I have now, so you can calm down. But yeah, I definitely smell the pistachio for sure. It's definitely prevalent in this. It's like a little sweet, definitely more on the nutty pistachio side though. I wouldn't say it's definitely not, I wouldn't say it's like a super bakery heavy scent, but I wouldn't say it's not a sweet scent either, if that, it's somewhere on that line. I do get like kind of like a warm pastry vibe, which that is probably baklava. Maybe just like a hint of caramel. I feel like I'm smelling a little bit of caramel in there somewhere. Could be wrong, but yeah, something along those lines. It smells really good. I would say this is not a super sweet bakery scent. That's what I was trying to say before. I feel like it's, if you kind of like bakery scents, but you don't want it to be like so overpoweringly like sickly sweet, this would be a good option. It is not like, it's definitely heavier, more heavy on the like the nutty side. It is not super overpoweringly like super sweet. It does smell really nice. I would say this is like a dessert that my wife would like because she's not into super sweet type things or whatever. Like anytime we have like cake or anything like that, she scrapes all the frosting off to give to me because she doesn't really like frosting. Like she's more like just the cake portion. So this is like a scent that, or like a food, if we were eating this, this is something that she would probably like because it's not super crazy sweet or anything. But it does smell really nice. It's definitely a nice gourmand type scent. But yeah, not overpoweringly sweet or anything. Okay, we are down to our last two. Next up is the Tobacco Luxe, which I only like just recently in the last few years discovered that I like the smell of tobacco, like tobacco pipe or whatever. I didn't really, for the longest time, I thought it was going to smell like cigarette smoke or something like that. And I was like, why? Why would you want that? But that's, yeah, not what it smells like. So, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, this feels very fancy. Yep. This one definitely smells very, very sophisticated. It's not quite as warm as I thought it was going to be. Like usually tobacco like is like a very warm scent. This feels a little more, I don't know, not as warm. I don't know. Sorry, I know I'm not like the best at explaining things, but it just doesn't quite have the same normal like warmness. I mean, it is still a little bit, but not as much as tobacco like scents usually are. This one's a little different. This one smells a little more fresh, a little bit cleaner. I feel like I'm getting like a little bit of like lemon floral mixed with it. Like almost like I said, like it smells very clean, which is not usually what I smell with tobacco, but yeah, this one's a little different than your usual tobacco scent, but it's really nice. Like I said, it's a little bit cleaner. I feel like I'm smelling some kind of lemony floralness going on, and I might just be crazy and smelling, I don't know, weird things that aren't really there, but but that's what I feel like. Yeah, I feel like I'm smelling like a little bit. It's like a nice fancy cleaner, if that makes sense. Like something you'd use to clean your house with, but that smells amazing. This could also definitely fall into like cologne type category, cologne, perfume maybe. This could definitely be unisex as well. I feel like it maybe leans a little more towards masculine scent, but I don't know. It definitely really could be, it could go either way really. Yeah, I definitely smell the tobacco. I smell a little bit of like clean freshness, like I said, like lemon, floral, and then like just the tiniest hint of like some kind of wood in the background as well. Kind of just like the tiniest hint of some like woodiness. Yeah. It smells really nice. This is definitely another good one. Not something, like I said, a lot of these scents are like not something that I have ever smelled at other suppliers or similar. Like I've not smelled even things that are really like super similar to a lot of these. There's been like a few here and there or whatever that were similar, but for the most part, these all smell really unique. The names I really appreciate are super unique. Yeah, and I just, yeah, this one was another winner. Another good one for sure. All right, and last but hopefully not least is the Sassy Pumpkin, which I am expecting to be a nice, sweet pumpkin smell, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that we're ending on hopefully a high note. Yep. Perfect fall scent. This, man, now it's a tie between this one and Butterscotch Brew. Which ones are my favorite? This one smells really nice. Definitely some pumpkin in there, some little bit of like sweet cinnamon. But again, this one smells even different than like, it's not quite your typical like sweet pumpkin. There's something about it that just smells slightly elevated, slightly upper scale. I don't know what it is. But it just, or maybe it's just that I'm getting more of the fragrance notes than I usually do or something. I don't know. But there's something like just a little bit higher quality than I feel like most of your usual like pumpkin, like sweet pumpkin type scents. Yeah, it's just like there's more depth to it than what I feel like the like usual, normal pumpkin fragrances smell like. I feel like I'm maybe smelling like a little bit of like chai or something along those lines. Yeah, it's starting to smell, yeah, like kind of like a nice pumpkin chai. It's definitely not like a pumpkin spice latte. Definitely has a little bit more like cinnamon, vanilla type, type vibe to it. But like I said, there's something, again, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that's just like slightly elevated from your typical sweet pumpkin type scent. It smells amazing. I'm definitely for sure going to have to remember this one for fall next year because like I feel like my customers would go crazy over this one because it smells so good. It feels slightly fancier than your usual fall scent. But it smells so good. Feels like a wonderful fall day with a nice pumpkin chai in your hand while you're going to the pumpkin patch to pick your pumpkins for the year or something. I don't know. That's the vibe I get. It feels like a nice, cool fall day. Yeah. Smells amazing. Love it. I'm glad we ended on such a high note. I would say top 5 favorites if I had to choose, not necessarily in any kind of order within these top 5, just because I don't think I could choose between a few of them. But the sugar cookie, the sassy pumpkin for sure, butterscotch brew again for sure, Gretel's kiss, and the dark dahlia. I really liked all of those. I don't think there's a single one in here that I wouldn't try. Honestly, they all smell amazing, which is, as you guys know, is rare for me to say. There's usually at least 1 or 2 that I'm like, not the hugest fan of, but all of these honestly smell amazing. And yeah, I truly recommend that you check them out. Or he's also got several other fragrances on his website and everything. I will leave a link to his website down below. But with that, that is actually gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you guys like this type of video, please give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel so that I know to make more of these type of videos and everything. But with that, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you'd like to continue hanging out, there's going to be some other videos that pop up on the screen, and I will see you there.